Hi, I'm Adam Cashion. I'm an ABMT in the Royal Australian Navy. I've been lucky enough to be selected to go on a jolly cruise to Macquarie Island on the Aurora Australis. It's the Australian Antarctic boat. This is day one of my voyage to Macquarie Island. We're just leaving Hobart. Today I got to spend my day down in the engine room with the engineers on board the Aurora Australis. Things are quite different on the Aurora Australis compared to the Navy boat. There's only 3 engineers on board, so yeah, it's pretty hands-on. Most of the stuff's a lot more modern to what I'm used to on my ship Canimbla. Everything's run by computers and operated, but there's still your daily maintenance that you got to do on all your running machinery and everything else. So yeah, I normally work in the high power section on my ship, so yeah, it's kind of opened my eyes up to a lot of the different machines and running machinery. As I'm still new and still training, I've got to look at lots of different areas. I normally just deal with the electrical side of things on Canimbla. Here I'm getting to do a little bit of work on all the different machines and all the different machinery, so yeah, it's quite full on, get your hands dirty, but I love that kind of stuff. It's a very different ship. There's 2 people to a cabin. As you can see, this is my cabin, so it's a bit luxurious considering on Canimbla there's 35 in our mess, so yeah, there's a lot more space. And the cooking, I hope Mum never gets to see this, because Mum, I finally found someone who can cook better than you, and yeah, our chefs on here, they're outstanding. This is my first time at sea, so this has been a great opportunity for me to actually see what it's like to be at sea. It's been great. I'm looking forward to the days ahead. I'm going to stop it there. Have a good afternoon. Hello, this is MT AB Cashion signing in for day 2, Wednesday of our trip to Macquarie Island. Just got back to my cabin. I think it's about 7 o'clock. Today's been a long day. I was signed with Pete again today, and he was watch keeping today, so spent most of the morning down in the machine operating space, where we monitor all the running machinery through computer monitors. It's all push button, all really modern, and yeah, well, I'm not quite used to that kind of stuff, so that was very interesting. We had to transfer fuel from one tank to another, and it's all just push buttons, which, yeah, for an MT, that's luxury. So for the first half of this morning, yeah, it was pretty much kick back, feet up, monitoring screens. Every now and then an alarm goes off. When an alarm goes off, you acknowledge the alarm and you go off to whatever compartment or whatever machine or whatever the alarm is and check out the problem. So yeah, we had a break for lunch, and then after lunch, yeah, everything went pear-shaped. We got a burst flange in our steam pipe, so we had to go down, replace a valve in one of the steam pipes. Yeah, we eventually got that job finished, got it done. Gets back to the machine control room to find out that the boiler on board was the fuel for the boiler was over pressurising. So yeah, we had to go and attend that. If I can remember half of what I learn each day, I'm still going to be a better MT for it, and I'm learning more than what I normally do. So this whole experience is, I can't rate it enough. Hi, I'm ABMT Cashion reporting you day 3 of our Aurora Australis trip to Macquarie Island. Today I haven't got a whole lot, there we go, scratch my nose again. Haven't got a whole lot to report today other than the food. Again, the food just seems to get better, and yeah, I'm starting to feel it today on the waistline. But and the winds and the swell was also picked up today, so that's another thing. I don't know if you can notice me rocking around, but yeah. Today was pretty much a day broken up of briefs which everyone, the whole ship's company had to attend, and it was just outlining the things that will be happening over the next 3 or 4 days while we're moored at Macquarie Island, and the things that are expected of us and what we'll be required to do. On this journey, the main purpose of this journey is to take expeditioners to Macquarie Island. We're dropping some off, restock and cargo the existing people on Macquarie Island, and also we'll be doing some changeover, and some of the existing expeditioners on Macquarie Island will be joining us for the trip home. So that's the #1 priority, you know, of this journey. So we were just lucky enough to be, given the opportunity to come sail along and see how this P&O and this ship run and how their staff operate, and also get a lot of us Navy personnel, I suppose, that haven't had a whole lot of sea time or haven't had a whole lot of experience to experience that. So in that essence, it's been a wonderful trip. So like I said, the main aim is the expeditioners and the cargo, and then if weather permits and all's going well, they are planning and they're going to do their utmost to get us Navy personnel ashore and a few of the P&O staff ashore, the people that haven't been before. It was also handed out little brochures today in our environmental talk. These little brochures just, again, Tasmanian Parks and Wildlife Services. It was just an information pack on Macquarie Island itself, just outlining some history, some of the more information about the wildlife we'll encounter, the bird life, some of the fauna and everything down there, and also illustrated maps of areas that we can and can't go and areas to be wary of whilst we're on the island. I'm looking forward to an early night and very excited and anxious to wake up tomorrow. Hopefully I want to plan to wake up at about 6 o'clock and see if I can get on the upper decks and get some nice photos coming into Macquarie Island, and hopefully get some nice photos of the sunrise on Macquarie Island. So until then, enjoy, and I will speak to you tomorrow. Hi, this is ABMT Cashion reporting day 4 of the Aurora Australis trip to Macquarie Island, Friday the 22nd. Well, today's been an interesting day. I woke up at about 7 o'clock this morning. I set my alarm a little bit earlier because I wanted to see at 0700, we were supposed to be landing at, or docking, mooring at Macquarie Island, so I was wanting to get up early to see us actually come into the island, but as it was, I kind of slept in. So when I woke up this morning and looked out my window, I was quite surprised to see actually land. So yeah, pretty well much got up, had my shower, grabbed a coffee and went outside, and yeah, was quite shocked. The wind and the cold, it nearly cut you in half. Yeah, by 8 o'clock the first lark was in the water. Pretty well much by 8:30 it was loaded up and the first load of cargo was on the shore, and at that point I went up to the bridge. First time I've really been up at the bridge, especially in daylight hours, and yeah, again, a beautiful view. You get the whole 360 degrees pretty well much all around, and you get to see one end of Macquarie Island to the other. Like I said, at this time of the morning too, there was still that misty fog in the sky, so you only got to see the tops of the mountain, and yeah, like it's very beautiful, picturesque. So anyway, after lunch today, we were sent back down to the engine spaces where we normally go, and back to work as normal really, but at the same time we were on standby if we were needed. You know, our heads would have come down, our PA would have come down. It was just more so, there wasn't much going on because all the cargo transportation and that, it all stopped because of the weather and the wind. Hi, this is ABMT Cashion reporting to you from Aurora Australis, a trip to Macquarie Island. This is day 5, Saturday, I think it's the 22nd, not sure. Anyway, well, this morning I woke up to find us, we'd just been doing small circles around the ocean last night because we can't anchor off Macquarie Island, and this morning Macquarie Island was covered in a blanket of pretty well much fog, clouds, so yeah, you couldn't really see a whole lot first up this morning. So this morning I went to my normal routine, was down in the engine room. Today, all of us MTs, we got into cleaning the engine. Started, we give the engine a good spray down with a degreaser and water mixture chemical, and we give the engine a really good thorough spray down with this. It's like a air pressure can. You put the mixture into a can and then you plug into the air hose, so it comes out at high pressure. So pretty well much sprayed down the whole engine, and once the engine was sprayed down, we all got rags and wiped over the engine pretty well. And once that was done, then we got a hose with hot water and pretty well much hosed all the chemical and everything down. And then whilst it was drying, we all got clean rags and pretty well much wiped over it and got it all nice and clean. Yeah, after morning tea we went back down to the engine room, and the engines come up really well. They're all nice and shiny, so kind of looking forward again to tomorrow. Hopefully the news is the weather's supposed to be a bit better tomorrow, so hopefully it plays a bit more into our hands and we can get, you know, a lot more of this cargo transportation done and really knuckle in and get it done. And hopefully, fingers crossed, if weather God's playing our favour, there is still some chance of us getting to Macquarie Island. So yeah, so for now and tonight, I'll leave you with that, and looking forward to another fun-filled day tomorrow and filling you in tomorrow evening. Cheers. Hi, this is MT AB Cashion reporting in today. It's day 6, Sunday the 24th of our Aurora Australis trip to Macquarie Island. Today we had a bit better day today. The swell was still pretty big, so larks and the ribs weren't able to operate. Again, it was actually a beautiful day today. Like, took more photos of Macquarie Island. There was a little bit of cloud cover, but yeah, cloud cover over the island with the snow cover on the island. Yeah, it was still a magical sight. So yeah, today for us guys was pretty well work as usual. This morning we went down again 8 o'clock this morning, and the guys continued on from yesterday basically. So we give the V16, the main engine, we give that another coat of paint, and I think, yeah, Matt, the head engineer, I think he's pretty wrapped because she's looking pretty well much like a brand new motor today. It's looking like our window to get on the island is pretty well much past, if not gone. So yeah, that's pretty disappointing, because it is disappointing because you come all this way and again we've been floating around the island and it's nice. I've looked through the binoculars and seen like penguins on the shore and a couple of seals and that kind of thing, but that's still from afar. So, and it's one of them things that, you know, I'm probably never ever going to come here again. So to get this far and to not actually step onto the island is it's disappointing. Apart from that, we've got a quiz night happening tonight, so I'm looking forward to that. Back home I used to go to quiz nights quite often, so not blowing my own trumpet. So yeah, that was the other thing I was thinking that I don't know if you've mentioned. I've got a bit of a beard happening. At the start of the trip we was offered to throw in $10, and the $10 apparently was all going to go to a charity of yet to be decided. I don't know if they've decided a charity, so yeah. Anyway, for now I think that's about all. And yeah, looking forward to another great day in the engine room on the Aurora. Thank you. This is ABMT Cashion reporting from the Aurora Australis. Day 7, I believe. I think it is now. losing track of days. Monday the 25th. Today's been a funny kind of day. Woke up this morning to find that the vessel was moving, our ship was moving, and it was like, whoa, what's going on here? Because for the last few days we've basically just been moored in the bay at Macquarie Island. And yes, when we got to breakfast this morning we found out that yeah, our schedule had changed once again, and this time it wasn't due to weather, but during the night we'd got a distress call from a New Zealand fishing vessel, and apparently they were having mechanical problems, and us being the closest ship within range, yeah, it was our duty and priority to, yeah, change our course. And so fired up the engines we did, and yeah, this morning at breakfast it was news to find out that it was heading, I think we was heading east. I'm not really sure, but all I was aware, it was heading east, about 2.5 hours full steam to, yeah, aid this New Zealand fishing vessel. For the rest of the Navy personnel, apart from us MTs, I think they went to the upper deck and helped out with rope handling and that kind of thing, and had a quick brief on what the process was going to be. They set up a tow. We got a wire cable running from one side of the ship to the other, from port to starboard, with a shackle in the middle, and then this gigantic tow rope which they threw out to the New Zealand fishing vessel, and they've hooked it up to their ship. And yeah, so away we go. After lunch, us MTs went back down to making our valve handle extensions, and we pretty well much carried on. And yeah, that pretty well much occupied our day, like I said. But for now, yeah, it's been a long, tiring day again. And yeah, actually really looking forward to getting back to Hobart and seeing the family again. For now, good night. Hi, this is ABMT Cashion reporting to you from Aurora Australis on our trip to Macquarie Island and all the other adventures that have come along on the way. This morning I woke up and looked out the window to see beautiful flickering of snow. It was pelting down with snow, and I got the feeling of deja vu. It was almost like I've been here before, and lo and behold, yes, we was back at Macquarie Island. Yeah, it was back to work as normal this morning. This morning we plodded around, done a couple more of the valve extensions. So there's quite a few valves down there that need extensions. So yeah, I think we've managed to knock over about 4 at the moment. After morning tea, I went back down and we've shut the V12 off, the auxiliary, the second engine off, to give it a break while the V16's doing all the work. We seem to be towing the vessel fairly easily, and it's not putting too much load or too much pressure on the V16. So yeah, we're not going extremely fast. I think 3 to 4 knots. So, and the weather conditions out there today weren't too bad. There wasn't much of a swell, but it was still pretty windy. We're basically waiting on the weather again. We're waiting for that window so we can fly the helicopters from Macquarie Island over to the ship and load them into the hangar. And even still, worst case scenario, if we can't fix this New Zealand fishing vessel, we might have to tow them home or to an alternative destination, which is yet to be disclosed. So, but like I said, this whole trip, it's been yeah, from one plan, or plan A, B, C and D all in one. So yeah, I'm looking forward to bed. That's the other good thing. Bed's pretty good. I'm getting good night's sleeps here. So yeah, for now, for this Tuesday, I'll leave you with that and see you tomorrow. Bye. Hi, this is ABMT Cashion reporting you from Aurora Australis. Our trip to Macquarie Island. It's Wednesday the 27th, day 9 of our voyage. Well, today was business as usual for us MT guys. We continued on with prettying up the V12 engine down in the main engine room. So today we carried about painting her up. So yeah, pretty well much most of the day was hands-on painting. Yeah, there was not a whole lot exciting things to tell other than we got to get dirty and get paint all over us. Still quite relaxing painting. I enjoy it. On the other fronts, our journey, our course of journey, our schedule has once again changed. Our fishing boat, the New Zealand trawler that we are still currently towing at this very second, tried to fix itself, but yeah, ran into some problems. Now we're on course to Auckland Island, which is a little island just off New Zealand. At this rate, they're saying about 3 days before we get to Auckland Island. So yeah, we've pretty well much gone off course and yeah, on another little adventure within the adventures that we've already had on this journey, which is quite ironic because none of our plans have gone to plan. But in saying that, we did manage to get the rest of the helicopters on board today. So yeah, I was quite surprised there late this evening. I walked into the hangar and they've got 4 helicopters jammed in there. It's quite surreal. Like, they lap them like shoes, one way, one the other, one way, one the other. And yeah, when you first seen the space and they said that they get 4 helicopters in there, in the hangar, yeah, well, I was thinking to myself, no way that's possible, but as it turns out, it's possible, and they're in there. But other than that, if we're lucky, we might be able to step on Auckland Island. It'd be nice to step on a bit of land. Anyway, well, for now, for this Wednesday, I call it a night, because I'm tired, I need a shower, and yeah, I will inform you more as our journey unfolds. Cheers. Hi, this is ABMT Cashion reporting to you, day 10, Thursday the 28th, Aurora Australis trip. I was going to say to Macquarie Island, but we're no longer at Macquarie Island, we're heading to Auckland Island still. Today, business as usual for us MTs, the hardest workers on the ship of course. Today we pretty well much carried on with prettying up the V12 with, yeah, pretty well much, yeah, we finished painting the engine and tidying all up around the engine today, and because we still had a bit of paint left over, we kind of skirted off us guys that was down there painting, and pretty well much anything that looked grotty and ugly we give it a quick clean and painted just to use up all the paint. But Matt was super impressed with the efforts, and I think overnight he was getting permission to swap over engines, so hopefully tomorrow he wanted to fire the V12 up. Yeah, that was pretty well much our day today. Again, painting. Well, as you can tell, I've got more paint on myself than probably what I did on the engine. And yeah, I had this thing today, every time I painted and the ship rocked, I'd put my hand out, and of course I'd put my hand on something that I've just painted. So it's very interesting, like especially when you're trying to manoeuvre in and around pipes and that kind of thing, coming off the engine and painting and the ship's rocking. Yeah, I found when I come up for lunch I'd paint pretty well much from head to toe. As for the voyage, again we take another turn. What's that saying? We'll be there when we get there. Well, yeah, that's pretty well much it. We're not really sure where we're going, but when we get there, we'll get there. Again, not a whole lot to report today. This will do us for day 10, and look forward to day 11. Bye. Hi, this is ABMT Cashion reporting to you from the Aurora Australis. Day 11, Friday the 29th of our journey no longer again to Macquarie Island. Yeah, well today we're still heading east towards Auckland Islands, still towing the fishing vessel. It's below the fishing vessel is, it has got its engine running. They have managed to repair the engine to a degree where they might be able to motor home. Not quite sure. If it can, we'll dislodge them from our tow rope and then let them moor alongside the other vessel that is coming for support for them. Today for me, down the engine room, I learnt the incinerator duties today, basically. Also fabricated up a couple of little shelves, just these little shelves to hold 20-gallon drums of oil they've got down there. At the moment they've just got them stacked up. Yeah, so looking forward to tomorrow and what tomorrow brings. And yeah, for now, good night. Hi, this is ABMT Cashion reporting to you from the Aurora Australis. This is day 12, Saturday the 30th of our trip to Macquarie Island. Well, this morning woke up to a pleasant surprise to see land. It was good. First time we've seen land in a few days, so yeah, it was quite nice. I found myself this morning, had breakfast, went to the upper deck and had a coffee and was just, taking in the landscape as we was getting closer and closer to the islands. Yeah, it was beautiful, beautiful. It's always see the best sunsets and sunrises on the water, I've come to notice. And yeah, it doesn't matter where you are, yeah, it's always picturesque and beautiful. So that's one thing, I don't think I could ever get sick of that. It's quite magical. This morning, us MTs, we went to work as normal. For me today, I fired up the incinerator, burnt our rubbish and clicked it over to oily waste, and yeah, pretty well much the oily waste just burns away. So yeah, that pretty well much took us up to morning tea this morning. And at morning tea, again, we was able to come up from the engine room and have a look about and to find ourselves pretty well much sheltered in a sheltered bay, surrounded by islands with pretty well much whales everywhere. It was quite amazing. At morning tea, us MTs were pretty well much told to go and put our subantarctic uniform kit on, so to speak, and that would be going ashore. So yeah, that was quite exciting. So spent a good 2 hours over there today on the Auckland Island having a look around, and we went for a little walk along the beach. We could see penguins in the far distance. Our guide had a set of binoculars on them. Apparently they're one of the rarest breed of penguins. I didn't get the name, but something yellow-eyed penguins. But yeah, the penguins were that far away, you can tell if they had yellow, blue or brown eyes. So but I just seen 2 penguins, so I was pretty happy with that. So that was another tick in my box. So we went for a walk across the other side of the island to have a look. The other side of the island's pretty well much unprotected. You've pretty well much got the winds, the Southern Ocean winds from the south blowing, so got a bit windier over on the other side. But on the venture across the other side, we come across quite a few, just in odd areas, baby wandering albatrosses. So yeah, managed to get pretty close to them. So, and for babies, they're quite a big bird. They're just big bundles of fluff, and apparently they pretty well much, from the time they're born, they pretty well much stay where they're born and hatched, basically, for the first 12 months. They don't go anywhere or fly anywhere, so they must rely on mum and dad to fly off and get them food and bring them back. But managed to take lots of photos, and yeah, fresh air down here is like, it reminds me a bit of Tasmania, like far south of Tassie. After reboarding, yeah, we got our subantarctic gear off, dug into a hot cup of soup, and just relaxed for the afternoon until all the other groups got back on board. And yeah, so for now, we're heading off to Dunedin, I believe. We should be there Monday morning, hopefully, and hopefully again we might get to step ashore there. Anyway, I think that's about all for now. Until tomorrow, till day 13 begins. Good night. Hi, this is ABMT Cashion reporting to you from the Aurora Australis on our journey, venture, whatever you want to call it, which started off to Macquarie Island and hence to Auckland Island. Pretty well, yeah, sorry, it's Sunday the 31st, day 13 of our voyage. Woke up this morning and we're still in the sheltered bay, and yeah, there still seems to be plenty of whales about, so that was nice. The plan of attack was that we was to stay in the bay overnight while it was sheltered, so yeah, because they're not expecting us at Dunedin until Monday morning, so there was no point charging ahead. It was pretty rough weather. I think they said we're in for a bit of rough weather, so they thought we'd sit the night out, Saturday night out, and yeah, stay here in the sheltered bay, which was quite nice, and yeah, it was a very nice sleep. This morning, pretty well much back business as usual for us MTs. This morning I did a, not so much a service on the gearbox, but went around and checked the oils and checked the filters on the gearbox and made sure everything was all good there. Greased the nipple points to make sure that everything was nice and greased up and the oil was okie dokie and everything was good, as well as the shaft. Yeah, we pretty well much knocked off lunchtime today, which was good. It was nice. I pretty well much had a big nap in this afternoon, and yeah, before dinner time, and yeah, it's just starting to cut up a bit rough now. The wind's picking up, and we're motoring along.
Your attention please, Lieutenant Commander Patterson, please contact the bridge. Lieutenant Commander Patterson, please contact the bridge. Thank you.
Well, there you go, you just heard a bing bong. Formerly known, or to us Navy guys, they're known as pipes. Yeah, very excited about what tomorrow brings. Tomorrow we're heading to Dunedin, Auckland, New Zealand, sorry. Until tomorrow, good night. Hi, this is ABMT Cashion reporting to you from the Aurora Australis. Day 15, Tuesday the 3rd today. I didn't do a blog yesterday because yesterday we got into Otago Bay and pretty well much we was cut away for the day. So I think we got cut away, it was about 2 o'clock we got cut away. So yeah, so today's blog will incorporate yesterday, day 14 and day 15. Yeah, yesterday we woke up to see land again, so that was pretty exciting, and yeah, New Zealand, first time I'd been to New Zealand, so we pulled into the port at Otago Bay port, which is 20 minutes out of Dunedin, so yeah, it was quite exciting. We pulled in, it's a beautiful little place. It reminded me a lot like Tassie. The Otago Bay port itself, when we pulled up, there was a lot of logging and forestry industry stuff. It was radiata pine, so I believe that's a big export in the area. Yeah, we pretty well much got cut away, and yeah, we headed in like Otago. It's just a little town just outside the port there, so basically just a little port town. Had a bit of a look around there. There's a lot of nice old buildings, so really like that old architecture and stuff like that. So yeah, took some photos, had a look around the town, and then me and Seam and Green, nearly everyone else caught the bus into Dunedin, but we missed the bus. But it didn't matter because yeah, I was interested to have a look around the Otago Bay, so yeah, it was quite nice. And we went up to the lookout, had a look up in the lookout and took some nice photos. And yeah, we then caught a taxi into Dunedin. Pretty well much got dropped off in Dunedin. We had a walk around again. Lots of nice old buildings. It's an older city, so yeah, lots of beautiful old buildings. So took a lot of photos. we got to kick back and unwind, and yeah, got back to the ship, fell in bed, crashed out, and that was it. And yeah, woke up this morning, Tuesday, and was back to work as normal. This morning, in our first shift, Matt pretty well much wanted us to get the last little bit of the engine painted over, the turbos, while the V16 was shut down. We painted the V16, but we hadn't done all the silver work. So yeah, while we were alongside and that was shut down, we decided to get stuck in, finish painting the turbo. So we smashed that over this morning, and now yeah, the V16's come up a treat. And yeah, got to lunchtime, and yeah, Matt cut us away after lunch. We're sailing back towards Hobart, and yeah, pretty well much that's it. Thoroughly enjoyed our quick little overnight stay in Dunedin. Yeah, for now, until tomorrow, good night. Hi, this is ABMT Cashion reporting to you from Aurora Australis. Day 14, Wednesday the 3rd of our journey. This morning, woke up, relatively calm seas again. The last couple of days we've had beautiful calm seas, so it's a bit strange at the same time, but quite good, because it means we're punching along quite quickly. Last I heard we was doing like about 10 knots, but because of such calm seas, yeah, it feels like we're going a lot quicker, and yeah, we're making good headway, so I think we're ahead on schedule. They're saying, I believe, that we could be arriving in Hobart on Friday, so Friday late afternoon, so that'll be nice. I'm kind of looking forward to getting back to home. Yeah, see the family and everything else, so yeah, that's quite exciting. But at the same time, that kind of means our trip's coming to an end. So again, there's again, there's that excitement there, as well as a bit of disappointment as well, because although I get to go home to Hobart and see my family again, it'll also be the end of this trip, which, yeah, to me, I've thoroughly enjoyed, and it's been like a great learning curve and great experience. This morning, it was business as usual for us MTs. Today we're pretty concentrated because we've only got a few full working days left. So today there's pretty well much still a few little odd jobs about that just Matt and the guys, they just don't get time to do, and because we've been on board, yeah, we've been able to do a lot of them jobs for them and free them up. So again, like, I'm sure they've appreciated our help. And today we continued on. They split us up into two groups. Half the group went and did like the machine room, the rounds and watchkeeping and what else, and half of us went and we did some fabrication work. We made up some racks, just some racks to store like drums of oil and that kind of thing, to free up the walkways, because at the moment they've got a lot of stuff stacked around their walkways just because they haven't got nowhere to put it, basically. So yeah, there was 3 or 4 spots down there. We went down and measured them up. So yeah, it was pretty much full-on fabrication day for us today. Me and the boys, we set up, we had like a production line, so to speak, happening. One was measuring was just using angle line, measuring the angle line, cutting it to lengths, and then it'd go on to the next fellow who was grinding it all up, getting it ready to be welded, cleaning the edges and everything up. And then we had our welder, he was welding, fabricating the frame, and then one was cutting out the timber bases for the frames for these racks. And we did that this morning, and then in between the morning break we swapped positions over, and as we did during the day, like every time we'd do it for a couple of hours and then we'd have our break and then we'd swap over, so everyone pretty well much got to go at everything. So yeah, very productive day today. Yeah, after work, had tea again. I don't know, I think I talk about tea every night, but it's super. I don't know if you can notice, but my beard's slowly growing back. I got sick of it and I had to shave it off because it was annoying the hell out of me. So yeah, but it's getting back now, so I'll still have a bit of a beard I think when I get home, but I'm going to have to shave it off before I go back to work anyway, when I get back to Sydney that is. Tonight also we get to put our clocks back an hour, so yippee, we get an extra hour's sleep, which is good. We're punching on, we're heading back to Hobart. Swell is slowly picking up. There's supposed to be a low front hanging around Tassie, off the coast of Tassie at the moment, so hopefully that might dwindle away or clear up a little bit before we get there, but actually I'm not really worried. I like the rough weather, the rougher the better. Yeah. Until tomorrow, good night. Hi, this is ABMT Cashion reporting to you from the Aurora Australis, day 17, Thursday the 4th, and my last vlog for our journey. As it is, we'll be arriving in Hobart tomorrow. It's saying I think about 1300 we should be arriving, so yeah, pretty well much. This wonderful and great journey is coming to an end. Today, pretty well much business as usual for us MTs. We pretty well much all hands on deck down in the engine room today. All pretty well much doing different little jobs today. It was my job. I was watching the boiler today. Had to do the boiler water tests, where we do tests on the water for the boiler. Because it's salt water used in the boiler, and because the salt water that runs around the system pretty well much runs through the whole ship, and because it runs through steel pipes, copper pipes, nickel pipes, and comes in contact with rubber as well, the water actually comes in contact with all these things going through all the systems throughout the ship. We have to test the water to make sure the pH and acidity levels are all okay. So yeah, really looking forward to getting to Hobart and seeing me mum and me brothers and having a chat and watching a game of football. So yeah, it's kind of exciting, but at the same time, I've probably said it before, it's kind of sad because I've thoroughly enjoyed my time on the ship. This has been my real first chance and time that I've had at sea, and you know, pretty well much got to do what I've really trained for. I have to say another thanks to the rest of my guys, our crew, AB Foster, AB Raymond, aka Frank the Tank, AB Browning, AB Hoopert, AB Seabrook, AB McMahon, aka Sticks, AB Matheson, Seaman Green, aka Green Dog, Seaman Island, Irish, and Seaman Scene. I have to say a big thanks to them guys, because yeah, at the end of the day, like, what we do is always a team effort, and most of the time there's 1, 2 or 3 of us doing the job together. And yeah, between all of us, like, we've really, you know, got in and had a go, and yeah, I think Matt's really pleased with our efforts. Again, thanks to Matt, Pete, Jared and Paul for taking us on board, and yeah, making us feel welcome more than anything, and yeah, helping us out, and yeah, teaching us a bit, and making this as joyful and yeah, pleasurable as it can be. So also like to thank all the other Navy support team. I know it's probably been a bit different because us MTs kind of run a different routine than everyone else, but again, if it wasn't for them guys, like, you know, this trip wouldn't have happened. So yeah, thanks for all the chiefs and POs and sirs for coming along and helping us out, because again, like I said, if it wasn't for them guys putting their hand up volunteering, we wouldn't have got this opportunity. So thank you for listening and putting up with all my gibber, and yeah, good night and see you in the future. Bye. Thank you. God, I'm a ditz. Hi, this is ABMT Cashion reporting to you from southern Aurora Australis, sorry. We'll just start all that again. Hi, this is ABMT Cashion reporting to you from the southern Aurora. We'll start again. Hi, this is ABMT Cashion reporting from you from we'll start that again. What is the date? Saturday the 30th, day 13, I think. We'll cut that. I'll check. Hi, this is ABMT Cashion reporting from you. We'll go again. Hi, this is ABMT Cashion reporting from you. Start again. Alright, give me 5. Come on, get out. I'm halfway through.